Welcome to Alaska. Good morning. You feeling better this morning? Yeah. Feeling a little better. You ready to get out of the car? Here you go. Good morning, everybody. We're getting a little bit of snow. A little rain mixed in with the snow, but definitely some snow happening. Can hardly see my beautiful mountains behind me on Kluane Lake in the Yukon. And there's mountains back there that I can't see at all, really big mountains. I think we're gonna get packed up real quick and get on the road because it's a little chilly. It's also breezy along with the snow, so yeah, we're gonna get packed up real quick. If you're new to the channel, I'm Katie. That's Fluffy Dog. That's my Jeep. And we're on a pretty massive road trip that we're gonna get back to real quick because I'm cold standing out here. It's still cold and wet outside and my map is not waterproof. So I'm gonna show you where we are on the map in the car. Alaska, Yukon Territory. And we are in the southwest of the Yukon Territory, and we'll be heading up the Alaska Highway to cross into Alaska today. It's really exciting to check Alaska off of my list. I had thought that Alaska was going to be the last state I needed to have visited all 50 states. But then I talked to my mom and she was like, I don't think you've been to Michigan or Wisconsin. And I thought about it. No, I have not been to Michigan or Wisconsin. So I have 2 more states left to get. But Alaska's amazing. I expect. You go back there? Yeah. Fluffy's all loaded up. I'm all ready to go. I think our view today is not going to be so great since I can't see even the nearby mountains. But it's time to get to Alaska. Aurora. I can see some of the closer up mountains a little bit. That's nice. That's a young grizzly. That's awesome. First grizzly of the trip. The rain and snow has stopped, which is nice. And the clouds are clearing up out of the mountains. Also nice. And just stopped to look at this lovely scenery. It is truly mind-boggling how extensive the mountains are. We have been traveling beside or within mountain ranges for like 2,000 miles. More than 2,000 miles. Big mountains, and we're really getting to the big ones now. It definitely gives me an appreciation for just how vast this country is, just how vast the Yukon is. I am so grateful that on this planet we still have something like this left and humans have not destroyed everything. And this is a large part of everything that is pretty pristine. And in fact, there's 4 national parks between the United States and Canada right here that apparently comprise the largest protected area in the world. and that's pretty cool. This portion of the highway has a lot of road damage from the permafrost, so even though the speed limit is like 90K, you can't go 90 kilometers per hour that much because you have to slow down for all the damage and the whoop-de-doos. The permafrost kind of warps the road and makes these little humps in it, and some of them are quite abrupt. So we're taking our time and paying attention to the road damage. The worst spots of road damage are usually marked with like a little bucket with a flag sticking in it, but there's some that are pretty significant whoop-de-doos that are not marked. And there's a lot of paint buckets and flags. A lot. We're taking a moment at Wrangell Lake just to let Fluffy stretch his legs and pee and get some water. This is a very peaceful little spot. And while it's overcast, the weather is warming up a bit. The motto of the Yukon is larger than life. And holy cow, it is. This is such amazing country, but I am excited to get to Alaska. I don't know if you can tell how wonky this bridge is, but it's pretty wonky. I have found myself just following along this rather slow-moving convoy in front of us because the road is so damaged. I mean, it's more damaged than it is undamaged. It's also very helpful to watch the vehicles in front of you to see where they really dip and slam on their brakes. So you have a little heads up when the road is going to be particularly bad. This was a really large wildfire area that we're driving through, and I imagine with the insanely short growing season here that it's got to take a long time for this land to recover from a wildfire. We're coming up on a little town called Beaver Creek, which I think is the last town until we get to the Alaskan border. What a fabulous visitor center. They have a person greeting you right as you walk in the door, and they have water with a potable water hose for free for whoever needs it. So I just filled up the tank. I'm pretty sure the nearest car wash is in Whitehorse, which is quite a lot of miles away. So hopefully they're not twitchy about muddy vehicles at this border. There are going to be a lot of muddy vehicles coming through this border just because of the road we were on. It's kind of weird. We just passed through Canadian customs. You just drive through it. But I guess US customs is down the road a ways. The speed limit sign is in kilometers. So I assume I'm still in Canada. They just have their border stuff set pretty far back from the border. I just looked at my map, and there's many miles between the exit from Canada and the entrance to the United States. So we've got a ways. This stretch of road is particularly bad with permafrost damage. It's slow going. We are finally approaching the Alaska border, I think. Took a while. Camera's off. Welcome to Alaska. Sort of welcome to Alaska. because we haven't actually gone through customs yet. The sign is before customs. So, see you in a minute. Made it through border control, and we are in Alaska. Welcome to Alaska, y'all. And that was a pretty easy border control, and he didn't even look at the mud. We're gonna take a look at our first viewpoint in Alaska. Look at all those mountains over there and there. Entering Alaska feels more like entering a foreign territory than entering Canada does. Maybe it's because you have to go through border control to get into Alaska, and no other states besides Hawaii is that a thing. You just go. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a foreign country. I was planning to make it further down the road today, like another hour or two, but found this little campsite right here that is a formal campground, but free. So I think we're gonna stay here. It is the Dead Man Campground on Tetlin Wildlife Refuge. And yeah, apparently free camping. You can't come out with all that stuff in your way, can you? You ready to come out? Are you ready to come out? Are you ready? Good boy. Want to walk down to the lake? It's just right over here. You want to walk down to the little lake? Oh, there's lots of little buggies flying around. So many bugs. I don't know if you guys can appreciate that, but there's a lot of bugs flying around. They don't seem to be landing and biting or anything, so they seem to be the non-bitey kind. But there's a lot of them. Good boy. You're still a little gimpy, but you look a lot better today. Get your water. This is very, very pleasant. And this is definitely better than the campsite that I was planning on, which was basically a parking lot. So it's free and it's lovely. I just had booted up the Starlink kind of last minute when I drove by this and was like, what's that about? And I probably wouldn't have stayed here if it weren't free, but it is. I really wanted some coffee to go along with my breakfast cereal, but my stoves got wet last night. It rained a bunch and it won't light right now. I have to wait for it to dry out, and I don't feel like pulling out the other stove. So hopefully somewhere along the way we can find some coffee this morning. Fluffy Dog's not as chipper this morning. He got up and took our little walk so he could do his business and drank some water, and but then just laid down. He's still eager for cookies, but didn't want his breakfast. And I think we're gonna load him up in the Jeep, and then I'm gonna take a little tiny walk and show you guys the lake this morning. You settled in your spot? Good boy. Just next to the campsite is this nice little walkway through all the lumpy forest out to the lake. I love that we're still in lumpy forest. I think we're going to be in lumpy forest for a long time. It's hard to see on camera, but those are some big mountains out there. A little bit earlier I was hearing some loons, which have a very distinct bird call. I'm not hearing them now, of course. And I also saw a bald eagle earlier today, but didn't have the camera with a zoom out, so didn't get the bald eagle on camera either. So as soon as I turned my camera off, I heard a loon call. If you don't know what a loon sounds like, I would recommend Googling it. It has the most haunting bird call of like all the birds. It's neat. Now we're ready to hop back on the Alaska Highway in Alaska. Roar har! This is a great campground. I can't believe it was free. I don't know why it's free, but it's free. It has fire pits and picnic tables and pit toilets and trash cans and free firewood and a lake. It's really nice. There's this great turnout with an amazing view of the mountains, but the only sign that they have here just talks about mosquitoes. So all I have is mosquito information and not information about what those mountains actually are. I'm very much beginning to appreciate those little buckets with flags on them on the Canada side of the highway, because they don't have them over here on the Alaska side, and there's some pretty significant road damage over here too, and it's not marked. So I finally found a nice little overlook to see the mountains, and all the signs talk about are the bridge that's going over the Tanana River. I don't know. There's some mountains there. They're really pretty. I don't know what mountains they are. We are getting near Tok, Alaska, which is spelled Tok, T-O-K, but pronounced Tok because it's short for Little Tokyo. That's all I know about it so far. I guess I should get on the internet and find out some more. Just jumped on Wikipedia real quick, and there's at least 5 different origin stories for the name Tok for this town. So maybe it's from Little Tokyo, maybe it's from something else. But its name is Tok. And the mountains are the Alaska Range. All right, we have arrived in Tok. And the first gas station we went to was closed. So I'm glad there are 2. $4 a gallon. That's not horrible. I was expecting worse. Now I'm gonna see if there's something in this town that might pass for a sandwich shop. There's a grocery store, and sometimes grocery stores have pre-made sandwiches. I got a pretty good pre-made sandwich when we were going through Dawson Creek at the grocery store. Like, that was good. Yeah. Not so much with the good sandwiches at this grocery store. And it's back to American food, which is not as good. It is so much more junk foody than in Canada. So I got some sandwich meat and some cheese, and we're gonna make a sandwich. We're gonna go find some place to sit and make a sandwich. Dogs aren't allowed in the park. There's no picnic tables here at the visitor center. So I'm just gonna make myself a sandwich, and this is our sandwich eating place. And I'm gonna walk Fluffy Dog around a little bit and let him stretch his legs. Yeah, it's a good boy. You wanna come out and I get you some water and all that stuff? This is our picnic spot. It's breezy. The steroid he's on makes him really thirsty, so I offer him water a lot. My bread's all smushed. I need to get like a dedicated box for bread, because my bread is always smushed. I don't know if it'll all stay in there. That's a pretty good impromptu lunch. And I'm gonna lean here awkwardly to eat it because I don't want to pull out my chair because I'm lazy. Good sandwich. You want some cheese? Yeah, you want some cheese. You ready to go back in the car? There you go. You're getting stuck on there. Okay. There you go. You can lay down. Good boy. That was an okay place to stop. Not the greatest, but the weather's not bad. It's a little breezy, but it's kind of warmish. It's 14C. Let me take a moment to fix that. Okay, let's see if we can fix this. I can't remember where we go to get it. Let's find out. Ah, there we go. US units. It is 58 degrees. Here in Tok is where you have to make a decision whether you're going southwest toward Anchorage or northwest toward Fairbanks. We are going southwest toward Anchorage because I have somebody I'm meeting there. It's not some big mystery and surprise. My sister is flying out, and we're going to spend a week in the Anchorage area doing cool stuff. The wind is blowing something fierce out there right now. It's blowing the Jeep on the road. But I think we're going to get to cross over this mountain range ahead. The Alaska Range. I think. We're pointed to it. So probably that big mountain dead ahead looks like it is having some weather. So we may be headed into that too. It's gorgeous. Looks like what we're going over is a kind of a low pass or a break between the mountains, and it's lovely. And we're on the downside now of the pass, so we didn't go right up into the mountains. We kind of are sliding between. You still doing good back there? Yeah. I don't know what mountain ranges these are, but they are crazy spectacular. And I know they look this big in the camera. I don't have that great of a camera for showing mountains, but they are spectacular. The best mountains I've seen so far this trip. It's difficult to convey how massive those mountains are. That is Wrangell-St. Elias National Park. And the tallest mountains there are over 18,000 feet. So they are big mountains. And I really want to go visit there now, seeing that. And it looks like there's stuff to do and stuff to see, even if you don't get in an airplane. But I have to be in Anchorage to meet my sister. So we can't stop there right now. But I'm putting it on my list as something we might stop by kind of on our way back if I can make it fit, because that's really, really cool. I don't know if you can tell in camera just how wavy the lines on the road are. And they're wavy because the road goes like this. Because of frost heave, because of the permafrost. And it's been like 500 miles of that. And it just tosses you from side to side. And if you're going too fast, which I have caught a few of these going too fast, I swear I've caught a little bit of air. And that's not good. I don't think I've ever really heard anybody talk about the condition of the Alaska Highway and its associated roads. And since about Whitehorse, it has been seriously damaged. And that's a lot of miles. And it's not like, it's bad that the road is damaged. Why don't they fix it? It's that you just maybe should be prepared for one heck of a lot of miles of having to pay very close attention and having to go a lot slower than what the posted speed is, or else you might catch air too. Man, look at the wind whipping the sand off of that mountain. It's really windy. He's eating his dinner, which is great. And I'm gonna have a snack and walk Fluffy around for a minute just to make sure he pees and stuff. And then we're crawling in the Jeep. This is just a campsite. It's nothing exciting. It's a little close to the highway. You can hear the highway noise, but it'll do for the night. We are in for the night. I think Fluffy's probably not too thrilled to have had such a short amount of outside time, but it's better for him. And it's getting late already, and there's mosquitoes, and I just want to be inside away from the mosquitoes. And I think we're calling it a night. If you enjoyed coming along with us, hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing, and it really does help. We'll see you down the road.